Kids ask me all the time why I have bloody shins, and I just tell them because I kick people in the face. What's up?
What's up with the small ball, Eric?
You know, I've been sitting on big balls all my life, and I just felt like today I needed to sit on a small one.
Yeah, we're gonna put that one on Facebook. Wow. Credibility gone.
Professionalism 0.
Yes, kids, we are your role models.
That's us. You want letters of recommendations from us. You give us good pictures. You shouldn't. You shouldn't draw us stuff.
Shit.
We're the experts. Check that out.
Alright, so I don't even know what we're doing.
Neither did I. Hey man, why'd you got the big ball?
Because I like to sit up high.
Oh.
It's more comfortable, you know. I'm not, my thighs are parallel to the ground. I got triple flexion going on here.
Triple flexion.
Triple flexion.
Are you trying to bring in exercise terminology when we're sitting down on physio ball right now?
That's what I mean.
Okay. So, if there's triple flexion, then what's the other thing?
Flexion and extension.
So what's extension? Tell me, what's extension? I've never heard that term before. It's new to me.
Really? Then why the heck did I hire you? Get out of here! You don't know what extension is?
Hey,
How can you expect to be one of the premier sports performance coaches in the North Shore without knowing what extension is?
Well, let me blow your mind, Coach Nate. Let me blow your mind. Flexion is the decreased angle of a joint, okay? So if I'm flexing my bicep, I'm decreasing the angle of the joint. But if I'm extending it, if I'm increasing the angle, then I'm extending. Okay, so when we're seated, just like you said, we're in triple flexion, right? We have flexion of the hip, we have flexion of the knee, we have flexion of the ankle. But when I stand up, that's triple extension because I'm extending, I'm lengthening the angle of my hips, my knees, and my ankles. So, one way that we can actually really work that triple extension and contract those muscles and engage them is the trap bar deadlift.
Trap bar deadlift.
I heard you're extremely familiar with the trap bar deadlift.
I'm a little too familiar with the trap bar deadlift.
I didn't know you could be too familiar with an exercise.
The trap bar deadlift's one of my favorites.
Tell me a little bit about it.
My goodness, the trap bar deadlift.
I know there's just so much to tell.
There is so much to tell. I mean, I highly recommend, getting a book on it because you can probably write about 300 plus pages on the benefits.
You're actually writing one, aren't you?
I am writing.
How's that book going?
I am on page 1.
Do you have a protagonist and an antagonist yet?
I do have antagonist and agonist.
Those are different muscles, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly.
Agonists are primary movers, antagonists are the opposites. Look, you learned 2 things in one video.
See what I'm saying? I have to introduce exercise science into these videos. That's a curse.
Guys, the wisdom and the knowledge that both of our brains have combined is just
Mind-blowing.
it's mind-blowing.
Don't blow your mind.
Blow your mind. We finish each other's sentences
Why do we do that?
because we have one mind,
Great minds think alike.
especially if they're one.
And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get you guys to think before you exercise.
Exactly. You want to know the reason why you're doing things because if you understand the reason why you're doing things, then you're going to want to do that exercise correctly.
Which brings us back to the trap bar deadlift. And why? Why do we do that? Why not just, go do bunny rabbit hops or something?
Well, the trap bar deadlift does emphasize that triple extension, but it does a lot more than that.
Exactly. It's a strength building exercise. It's going to strengthen a lot of those prime movers responsible for triple extension, which includes your glutes, your hamstrings, your quads, your lower back, your lats, pretty much everything. Even your shoulders are going to be involved. Your pecs are going to be involved.
Your traps are heavily
Your
involved.
traps are going to be
Your
involved.
core as well.
Your
guys.
core, huge.
If you want to move heavy weight, if you want to be fast, if you want to be strong, if you want to be athletic, any type of performance, you need a strong core.
And I have a pet peeve. When people say core, people just think abs. Your core is not just your
It
abs.
is not just your
Your
abs.
core is from your nipples to your knees.
Nipples to knees.
Front and back, not just your front. Everybody wants to work abs, but we neglect our lower back, and then when we're about 35, 36 years old, we get in a lower back pain, and we're walking around like, oh, my back hurts so much. Why? Because I didn't strengthen it. I was just doing abs when I was 22 because I wanted a six-pack.
That's right, guys. You can't only work your abdominals, even though we want to, because you have to understand everything works in opposition with each other. Just like a bicep pulls here, a tricep's going to push down. Abs are meant to keep you straight, right? So if you work your abs too much, you're going to start curving forward, just like Coach Nate said. But if we work our back out, we can even that out so it keeps us nice and straight.
Muscular imbalances. That's just what Coach Eric was talking about. Muscular imbalances.
That's right.
You have to balance out your muscles. You can't just have a dominant quad and a weak hamstring, or dominant ab muscles with a weak lower back. That's going to cause some real big problems later on. You might be able to get away with it when you're younger, but not when you get older. Now, the trap bar deadlift, is it a safe exercise? There's a lot of people afraid of deadlifts. Why is that, Coach Eric?
Well, they're afraid of deadlifting because they get hurt. People get hurt whenever they do deadlifts. But why do people get hurt?
Because they go and deadlift 500 pounds before they're able to deadlift 100 pounds.
Right. Because they get too eager, they don't put their ego at the door, and because they don't do it correctly. That's the biggest thing that we like to teach here at Parisi Speed School.
So maybe we should go ahead and give them a little demonstration of proper technique for a trap bar deadlift, huh?
I think so.
Because I mean, we could talk about it all day, but unless you get a visual and know what it's supposed to look like, you gotta talk about it, man.
You gotta be about it.
You gotta talk. You gotta be
about it.
Go, hey man, you gotta learn how to do this kind of stuff. You want to be the best, you gotta train like the best. You gotta know what you're doing, right? You don't want none of this.
You see these two white boys? You don't want this shit. That's right.
Get out of here.
That was a lot longer than it should have been.